I have clicked the record button, and I get to say yo, what up?
I get to say yo, what up back.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Going good.
Nice. Yeah. All right. This deck looks suspiciously familiar.
It looks like 95% Barrett's list, but that's because hear me out. I had my original list.
Okay.
And then UVS Games, being the menace to my life that they are, errated randos to only work on printed once per turn. Shit's just wild to me. I didn't see anything wrong with what we had before, but hey, you can't cry over spilled milk. What's done is done. Okay. And I was a big hater. I thought this list was done. I was like, man, I'm not playing this character. You couldn't make me. And then Barrett Bryant, former U.S. champion, comes into your top 8 stream and plays the sickest Toga 4 list I've seen. I just really enjoyed everything he was doing. Granted, the man unfortunately lost that match 0-2, but had probably the worst luck I've seen in a while, and can attest that he said himself still had a blast playing the list. Yeah. And afterwards, you and him even started like brainstorming little ideas about things to consider, ideas and that. And hearing that, I was like, man, I want to talk about this stuff. And then I realized I spend $10 a month on TamCardwell's Patreon to do deck doctors, where we do exactly that. So I took the list, made some modifications. I just changed a couple of counts on some of the cards to my preference.
Okay.
And I played 3 matches with it. I'm actually 6-0 with it right now. One of those games has an asterisk on it, but I've been having a blast with it, and I just want to try and basically pick up where you and him started for a little bit before having to get on with the stream and try to pick one acquisition and see if we can find some cool stuff to do.
Okay. So what you're looking for is just a bit of a powwow about Toga 4.
Yeah, there's no, obviously there's girl power stuff in it because of that. I would say let's go. Evil is a very unexplored symbol for me. I am a life gamer. I play life pretty much every set.
Mm-hmm.
So Evil, I can't actually recall a single Evil character I've ever played, like a list that was on Evil since I started playing in set 2.
Okay.
So it's a symbol I'm not familiar with. For all I know, there may be a cool character that may be a better 1 of than like Endeavor, or a better 2 of than Hood. But outside of that, I wanted to make sure there's no foundations or attacks and things like that that may have been missed.
So here's what we're going to do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For the next 20 minutes, I'm not going to change your list at all, mm-hmm. right? I'm just going to slam a bunch of things in the sideboard, and we can just powwow about the cool things that Toga does. Because I think this is one of those characters that you have approximately 1 trillion different ways to mess with this character, right? Even on just one symbol. The character cards that you choose to copy, the attacks that you choose to play, are you randoing, are you not? There's what am I doing here, right? As the idea. What am I doing? And so I just want to mess around with what are the cool big brain ideas to have. I'm going to toss them all on your sideboard so that you can spend the next month just kind of fucking around with it. Is that fair?
And then I get to bring a new Toga list for the next 4 months of deck docs?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, and full disclosure, I haven't looked at Toga at all on this character, right? I just haven't looked at it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Woman actually probably sounds better than Hood.
It depends, right?
It depends. It's more consistency. Hood is high rolly.
Hood mills a card, so you have more options to put characters in your discard pile.
Fair.
Right? This removes cards out of your discard pile, so you're losing them. Right? It's just, it's just what is technically more consistent. Yeah, just doing a little looking.
Yeah, we can just chill. I'll entertain chat. Let's see.
I'm
glad you enjoyed the story, Go Buddy. I am a bit of a storyteller myself. Tony, nothing you say can hurt me.
I really like Tabe in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 damage, 1 speed, draw a card by removing the card out of their card pool. Like on attack.
Yeah.
It feels very good. Like it's just draw the card, right? Like draw the card I think is
Yeah.
very really solid.
Drawing cards
Is
does
that
feel good.
is that better than what like Shigaraki does? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there's just
It's dependent on them blocking and stuff.
Correct,
Too, which they have to
100%.
do it eventually, but
flip 3 foundations once per turn, draw 2 cards. You have less cards in your hand than your rival. Interesting.
it's a thought. Oh my gosh, we can do Tokiyami too and put an ally card into from our discard pile into our card pool. Oh.
Discard 1 card from your card pool, and then don't do that.
Oh. Dang.
Right? Or ready 2 ally foundations. I don't know. Do we have ally foundations?
We don't. I was memeing about Tokiyami too.
I mean, so the thing is like the when you have a character like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Even the memes can be dreams.
Even the memes can be dreams, depending on like there are certain turns where this is crazy, right? There's certain turns where this is really good, and this is the thing that you want. This is the thing that you need.
Just the cost.
Just the cost, right? Or just I'll commit my character and ready my two whatevers, right? There's an idea of like sometimes this is what matters, right?
That's a mindset. I didn't think. Yeah,
like,
I've never played a character that cares about other characters, so this is all taboo for me.
And so like there is an idea where sometimes this is supposed to be good, right?
Is it most of the time? Probably not. Though.
No, probably not. And that's why things like Endeavor 2 are in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like things like Tabe. I really like things like Woman as ideas. Specifically, I like Tabe a lot in this deck. Specifically with like a I'm gonna block a lot character. If you have a character like maybe and the cool thing about this is you get to put characters in your sideboard, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Yeah, you get to put characters in your like this character again. If I didn't have a YouTube channel and I was allowed to focus on a character, I would just play Toga next format and be like, hey, I'm just gonna make the best Toga for the format. Right?
Yeah, you just have because you can just you can try and main deck the characters that like do answers to like the big meta threats, and then sideboard for the more roguish, outlandish ones that may pop up.
Correct.
That's
right?
actually so many wavelengths, so much wrinkles in my brain from this.
So he was playing Blue Flame Eruption at a 4 of, and it might just be because it's the low block that we play. I think that this is an incredible 2 of. And like figure out what different low block exists.
Really,
attack wise.
I've been in love with it because of the draw 2, discard 2 just feels insane, especially when you have those hands that you get the characters in.
Oh sure, I guess that's fair, right? This is. I was never afraid of this card, right?
No, for sure. At worst, it's just a 7 damage low most of the time on a 5 div, but yeah, no, the League of Villains Enhance is something every time I've used it, there's a big smile on my face.
Needle Barrage Spring the Trap was like crazy in that deck.
I liked both the cards, but seeing them in conjunction, like obviously they're from the same kit, so there should be some synergy, but seeing them work together was crazy.
This card seems pretty good, right?
Patchwork?
Like it's just like this card hits for 1,000,000. It's got stun 2, EX3, powerful 3. I'm gonna put Mineta on it. I'm gonna put Endeavor 2 on it. I'm gonna put Hood on it for more damage. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like this card's just a bomb.
Yeah.
Even as just the opener, right? It's got the stun 2 when you do the thing. Like it seems pretty okay.
Yeah, just as an opener, if you don't have momentum, it's like a stun 2, 5 speed for 5, but then 6, and then whatever else characters you had. Yeah.
There's an idea where we play True 100% Unleashed. Like, I think this card is still cracked, snapped in half.
Free stats are always nice.
Yeah. I guess we don't want to play this card because we're playing randos. Which,
Fair.
in the showcase match,
He
never resolved randos. Like, it just didn't happen.
He only ever checked it.
Yeah. And so, like, I played I'm going to high roll you attacking deck, and he checked nothing but his 2s. And so, like, maybe this character seems like really messed up once you start to do the thing. At the same time, I actually think that 8 characters might be too few.
I've been bouncing, like, when I originally before the errata, I was playing 12, and I messed around with 10 before that. 8 hasn't felt bad. I haven't recalled a turn where I went into it needing a character and didn't have the character. That said, I've only played 6 games with it, so that's not a very big sample.
So, when you randos, the best thing you do is to use Toga again, right?
That's the only thing you can do since it's only printed.
Okay, yeah. You have to use Toga again, right? And so that means that you have to pick. Like, I don't want to pick Moneta a second time because I want to actually use that on defense, right? I want to breaker them for their turn, and so Hood is another crapshoot. So like here are the 8 that I get to pick from, and it's what? It's Moneta plus something else. Why not make it woman? Why not make it Tabe, right? As like more one-ofs that you could be playing, right? Or maybe more copies of Hood, right? Like I don't hate that. The other idea is like Moneta is the best thing to do on defense because you get to do the discard momentum to put it speed to 0 idea.
I've done that a lot, and it feels it's been like the defense feels crazy with this deck.
But
like
we don't do that with Rando Spirit Gun. It's just for offensive ideas.
Yeah.
So like maybe the idea is supposed to be Endeavor. Like, you play more Endeavors so that you lose a health for 2 speed, you mill 1 for 1 damage, gain 1, and so now all your moves have +2/+1. When you Rando Spirit Gun, you also tack Hood on top of it.
Yeah.
When you Rando Spirit Gun, you also tack Woman on top of it.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much what we've been doing. Like, I was following like the mini guide that Barrett gave, which is because I asked him myself, like, is Rando still relevant? He's like, yeah, it is, because, and I kind of agree with this. The best thing you can do with Toga is already fine enough with her base enhance, but then when you add the first enhance, getting some more disruption, whether it be Moneta, Shiggy for checking, Endeavor for speed, and
you're a robot. You're absolutely gone.
Sorry, there's a really bad storm passing over.
You're okay.
Yeah, but it feels really good. What I said in short is it feels really good whenever you're able to get a disruption enhance, whether it's Moneta and Shiggy or Endeavor for speed, and then also just throw a damage pump on top of Togas.
I actually think it's supposed to be Woman
over Endeavor.
I think you're supposed to. No. The thing about Endeavor is you're on defense. You're allowed to pick one of the bottom enhances, right? Like if you, it's like a pseudo fifth Moneta. I think you're supposed to get rid of like maybe 2 Hood, 2 Woman. I want to include more character cards because it makes cards like Needle Barrage better. It makes cards like. Are you playing the other one?
The Abrupt Drop, yeah, it's a 4 of.
Yeah. You like it makes like I would play like even 3 Woman. This card single-handedly turns on Rando Spirit Gun. This is a speed and damage pump.
I don't have to have EX. Yeah, the only way I've been turning it on consistently is with like the EX and stuff, and that requires momentum, which is kind of poopy.
Yeah.
I'm down to go and just. I know we were talking about just discussing. I'm down if you want to go ahead and slam like 2 or 3 in there, like you were talking about.
I'm down for 3.
Because the list is already a tight 60, so going to 63 honestly wouldn't be crazy. Yeah. Especially if it's just more 6 checks that I'm going to end up milling, hopefully.
Correct. 6 checks, 0 mid blocks, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything crazy? Looming Terror.
Don't. I saw it and I was like, I hope he doesn't. I'm a brave man. I'm not brave enough to play a 7 diff.
Well, the thing is you're playing a bunch of 6 checks, right?
I am playing
You got
6
10
checks,
bonus
yeah.
6 checks.
I'm also playing a 2 check.
There is an idea where like a different evil version of this is to play 6 diff attacks as opposed to whatever, right? Like play a bunch of decaying palm slams and kill them with it, right? I really like Hellflame Stomp. It gets 2. You lose 2 health. It gets 2 speed. It gets 1 damage. You heal 1 back. So lose 1 for +2 or +2 is very good. It's also a low block that's here, but your attack count is very low, and so there's an idea. Gargantuan Bella was pretty rad.
It's a pretty cool card.
Deadlock on Piercing Needles is pretty good. You give this thing +2 speed, and then you give it +1 damage back. So it's a 6 for 5 that heals you 1. No, 6 for 4 that heals you 1. And then after it deals damage, they lose 1. And then you also have Needle Barrage to unflip it. So after it deals damage, you unflip a momentum and then respawn Piercing Needle to burn them again. After your unblocked attack deals damage, they lose 2.
Oh, that is the same window.
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, can you respond with it? Does it have to be already be flipped, or could you respond? No, because never mind.
It is no. You can, because the game thinks it's a different card. Remember? If that didn't work, then MHACCG's once per game didn't work. It goes face.
I would think since they both trigger. Go ahead.
So, it's Piercing Needle. It's face up, right? After your unblocked attack deals damage, I will respond with. Oh, hold on.
Fired effects.
This fired effect has to work first. Okay. If this was a response, you could make it happen, but it's an enhance, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back on the same page.
Okay. I was about to be huffing some major copium.
Yeah. No, you're right. If you did ready, it lose a health. Yeah, I mean, that's probably where I'm at. I think like the main attacks that we're missing. I'll just put it on your sideboard as well. The main attacks that we're missing, I think, are just the Hellflame Stomp. I think this card's very good. I'm a big Stomp fan.
Yeah.
Did it not work? I think this card is super rad. It's just big damage.
I'll rotate it in. I may try it over like Ignited Arrow at some points.
You also can just like slam it in at a 2 of as we make the deck bigger, right? Like I think 19 attacks is like you don't have a real draw power, and I don't want you to be stopped with bonus stuff. And I think you're right. With more characters going in the deck, this card might be important to like try and fix that.
Yeah, we don't get latent skill.
We don't get latent skill. This is the latent skill.
Yeah, better than latent skill.
Yeah, this is latent skill that hits. Latent skill, I don't know. It's really interesting of like, is it better than latent skill? Because latent skill sits on the board and it's like, when do you...
True. You can also use it on defense, which can be scenario. But yeah, I'm just a big fan of the drawing first and then discarding for information. But
Airy Team Dr. Ichigai, Barrier Shield, obviously. Twisty Surroundings. Discard a momentum, change the zone to mid. Block with a 0 mid block.
Wouldn't be bad for defense.
I think in the sideboard is pretty rad.
That'd be a really saucy sideboard tech. Yeah, the deck doesn't play a lot of low blocks as is, even if we add the Hellflame Stomps in. So if I ever, especially with Ibarra being reprinted, who knows? Maybe a mono low deck's going to come along, and I can see that being a bad time.
Your character gets to be Ibarra on the life symbol. Yeah, again, your character's very good. You just like there's 100. You get to be anybody that you want, whenever you want it to be.
It's nice.
Space Terror. Wait, Double Trouble meet Triple Trouble. I think that like a 1-of copy of a Gift Return is very good. I think flip add a 0 mid block to your hand is like crazy. I think Without a Vision is pound for pound the best 3 diff in the game at the moment. I think it's very good. I think this Deadlock Enhance is not fair. Genuinely not fair. This would be a reason for me to want to not have to have lock breakers in my deck. How many range attacks we have? Yes, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Destroy 2 foundations. Your weapon attack gets 3 damage. What a cool way to kill somebody. Incubating is not bad. Fighting for control is a very good card.
Yeah.
I don't like Arrogant Fighter. I think this card is not worth it. I get it to 1/5/2 low block. I get mill 1. I think that if you are worried about milling cards, you should just be milling on your rival's turn. Your attack gets 1 damage if it gain 1 health. Just mill on their turn. You get to already mill 1 on every attack. You don't need it to be milled 2 on every attack. If you need to mill more cards, then put more characters in the deck. That's how I feel, at least, right? Or like instead of this one, it should be this one, right? Depending on like, do you need the low block or not? Because this card actually does something. I don't care if this is destroyed Seal of Foundation. It's just like, this card sucks. This card's not good. It should just be something else.
Agreed.
I will put it in your
really bad cutouts with my internet. I hate living out of the country so much.
Sorry, buddy. Hey, you want to move to West Des Moines?
Do you have a room for me? Because I don't know. I would have to pay rent somewhere, and I got to find a place to live.
I have a room for you?
Yeah, I need someone with a room for me. Doesn't have to be y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. They rent out apartments here.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
y'all
they
have
do.
apartments in Iowa?
We do have apartments in Iowa. Yeah. I mean, he's not playing things like cooperation offer.
He's not really playing any like super heavy defensive foundations.
Yeah, it is like he's playing things like human garbage, right? Of like remove and re-ready. And I know he's really high on human garbage.
Human garbage has actually felt really good in the 6 games.
Really?
It's felt
something. Double Force Quirk activation is crazy to me. I guess it puts Spring the Trap in, but man, like personal reload, flip, draw, discard. Yeah, I think like Arrogant Fighter is like not where I'm at with the deck. Lust for Battle is so interesting. I guess you mill 1 on every move. How do you destroy a card? How do we destroy a card? I mean, I would figure out how to destroy a card on the evil symbol. Human Garbage Gamer. I know that Barrett likes that card a lot. I get that. That's fine. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's neat. But I don't think it's anything really to write home about. How do we... Human Garbage because you draw character cards and don't build as much? I don't know. I feel like there's like cooler things to do, truthfully, than Human Garbage.
I went ahead and rejoined on my phone because at least that I can use data with instead of our shitty Wi-Fi right now.
Okay. We're almost done.
Yeah.
I feel like full on attack mode would be pretty decent in this deck. Because like having a lock breaker like matters. I think.
For sure.
Because like, how do we build Lust for Battle? How do we get rid of it? The answer is we don't, right?
Yeah.
We're allowed to use Zoom in our deck. We have the all symbol.
Just to scout for randos on our first.
No fruits are in here. I mean, there's again, I think that there's a lot of really cool ideas. I think I actually want to go back to the characters and just see what exists. Yeah, I think Woman and Elder to Go are very cool.
Mm-hmm. Both for offense. Well, Elder cool on both offense and defense. Women just cool for general stats.
Yeah, I think +1/+4 is like, or +1/+5 in your character is like very solid. By just like removing these cards, it's very, very good. There's also an idea, you ready, of playing whenever it comes out. You play woman and then play King Ghidorah. Enhance, commit, remove a card from your hand, choose an attacker foundation in your discard pile, and oh, just kidding. It says and remove it. Sorry, my brain said that it was you played one from your remove from game pile, but I'm crazy. Yeah, not quite. But there's an idea where you play King Ghidorah in this deck, right? You ready? The ones per turn, they discard a card. On Tengai, if you play like an, we've got the evil symbol. We play in an Echo deck, and you get to make them discard a bonus card. You get to make them discard a card for free.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm in love. The more I'm looking at the character now that the spark got reignited, there's so many possibilities that are just so cool.
Yeah, this character's crazy. This character's very good.
It's literally toolbox.deck with her.
Yes.
It's build your own character, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Why go win a big event when you can just play Toga for her?
Yeah, play them all.
Yeah, who wants to put their face? I can play all those people's character cards so they have the evil all or life symbol. Well, they're enhances, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is kind of just like where I'm at of like ideas, right? Like, I think there's a lot of stuff. I think that he's playing a lot of things that are like weird choices, lack of like real defense. Like, there's not for surviving, no, there's not for quick to act. I'm not a fan of human garbage. I think one force quirk is fine. Take to the skies is like really weird. I think arrogant fighter is bad.
I'm pretty sure he only had like two. It was either 2 quick attacks or 2 surviving the finals that he played. I bumped one of them up to 3.
Yeah, it's like there's definitely ideas of like how this deck can change, and I think it's actually really crazy that we're not playing Twisty Surroundings. I think turning your character cards into 0 mid block perfect blocks is like really, really good. I think it's huge survivability. Easy like 1 or 2, right? Because like you still get the block with the 2 mid block with the and breaker, right?
Yeah. True. Yeah. Maybe like 1 main, 1 side.
Yeah, and that card says that now like your blue flame eruptions that you don't care about. It's a 5 damage move you don't care about, right? It now says it's a 5 damage move and an omni block, which is like incredible, right? Especially with like, hey, I will Toga on defense and I will remove Shigaraki every time that you fail a check on mine. I'm gonna do the thing, right? Yeah.
No, yeah, it's the world is an oyster with this character.
Yeah. With that, I mean, I'm gonna send you back your list, but I think I changed actually 3 cards in it, 3 cards, and then gave you a sideboard. But we talked about it for 30 minutes. So.
No, yeah, it was good. It was a good powwow.
Yeah. Just like, hey, what do I think about Toga? And the answer is, I think Barrett's list is very weird. I think it is good and passable, but I think like he's playing weird cards to like showcase cool things that Toga can do rather than just like really good ones. Like,
for sure.
I don't know why Arrogant Fighter and Take to the Sky is. Yeah. Good test deck.
Yeah, it gave me a good blueprint to start with.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Cool. Thank you for the support on Patreon. I appreciate it. You have a good rest of your night, okay?
You do the same.
All right. We'll see ya.
Catch you later.